I'm in my grow room and I am going to show you how everything's doing in here. Clearly, I've got a lot going on, so I'm going to show you the shelves on this wall, the shelves on that wall. I'm going to turn off the lights a little bit so it can be a little easier to see. I get this like weird effect with my phone, but a lot of you guys have been asking to see grow space updates. You want to see how everything's doing. I got some stuff in flower. I got some stuff growing. I got some stuff dying. So I'm going to show you what's going on. I haven't shown you an update in this room for about a year. About a year ago, I went on vacation and I left everything to dry, and then I kind of went through shelf by shelf showing you how everything did while I was away for like the 8 or 9 days that I was away. So that was the last time, last April. So I'm going to show you everything in the room. And if you guys have any questions or want to see an update on a specific plant, let me know down below. Otherwise, let me show you. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to give you a quick grow space update. I shut the lights off because it does look a little wonky with them on, but we have some sunlight coming in right now, so I shut them off so I could show you what's going on. So I have plants everywhere. You can see my Hoyas, you can see my Orchids, you can see Zoe, and I really haven't changed too much, but I'll walk you shelf by shelf to show you what's going on here with my Orchids. We've got my Cattleyas here, a bunch of things in semi-hydro. So let's start over here. So on this first shelf, I have a bunch of Hoyas. I'm going to do an update on all of these, but they've been growing like crazy. This one's my Hoya Bella. This one is my Crimson Queen. We've got the Shepherdii over here. This one is growing really nicely. It was just a little cutting and it's a beast. I'll do another update so you guys can see it. We've got my Hoya Retusa over there, and like on top you could see that it's vining, so I really need to take care of that. My Carnosa, that one has bloomed, and this one is my Croniana Super Silver. This one's really nice, and then this one is the variegated version of the Bella. Then we have a couple of others in the back. I do have a couple of other Hoyas down here as well. This one is the Bilobata. I need to repot it. I got this from my friend Gris. I've got the Pachiclata. This one has peduncles that keep blasting, but I gotta repot them and I'll show you. And I have the Finlaysonii back there. And then I also have the Carrii right here, as well as the, I think this one's the Bilobata variegated version. But on this shelf, on top, I keep the Hoyas that are outgrowing their shelves, obviously. And then over here, I have like some clippings. Ignore the one that's dead in the back. I need to clear that up. This one's some pothos cuttings that I have for a friend. Another set of pothos cuttings. This one is my Pubicalyx. I'll show you where the Pubicalyx lives. And this one's another Hoya that I got from a friend. That one is a clipping there. And then I have a couple of Pinguiculas. Let me show you. I need to water it, but I have divided my Pinguiculas and I've separated them. They eat the fungus gnats basically. They get stuck on the leaves, so they're pretty cool. This one is my Hoya lacunosa. It looks a little sad from when I was away on a trip in London, and I got back last week, but my cat ate a little bit of it, but I just have to keep this one hydrated. It got a little too dry while I was away. Down here we have some smaller seedlings and things like that. One of my plants back there isn't doing too great. I gotta repot that and see what's going on. I got some of my smaller dendrobiums here, some seedlings. What else? This one's a Zygo. This one's doing okay. This one's Zygo Luisendorf, but it lost a couple of leaves. It just lost one. And then I just have to repot some of these. You guys will see me do that soon. My dendrobium. This one is my Sweet Memory, I think it is. And other little dendrobiums. My Twinkle back there. And then down here we just have phals. And oh my goodness, let me show you this one. So this one is a Paphiopedilum Ice Age. It doesn't look great. I think I gave it way too much light. I hope it survives, but look at that beautiful flower. It's adorable. I hope it makes it because it's just so beautiful. This was gifted to me. And I have it on the bottom shelf, which just has one strip of light. So I hope it doesn't do too badly. Anyways, I have more phals down here, just very low light orchids, my bulbophyllum, and another bulbophyllum. On the top shelves, I have my catasetum orchids that are going into dormancy, and some cattleyas that I need to repot desperately. I really need to get on those. And I have an aloe plant right here, and that one's doing okay. I think I overwatered it. Ugh. All right, and up here, I have my Munurara Millennium Magic Witchcraft in the back, right here. That one's going into dormancy. One of my phals, you could see it in bloom up there. And then one of my dendrobiums. And if we come down, this one is Gatton Sunray. I got this one from Mike Hamlin in Florida. Look how big that is. I had to move it. But yeah, I had to kind of put it on a shelf where it could keep growing. So this one's interesting. Hopefully it will bloom for me later on in the spring. My Maxillaria tenifolias are here. They need to be repotted pretty desperately as well. They get very thirsty very quickly. They're doing okay. They've been better, but I just have to keep up with the watering. This one is my Maxillaria tenifolia watermelon marginata back there. That one's doing really well though. I will repot those soon. Have a little snake plant clipping here as well. Then we have some other cattleyas here. I mean, these are mostly inorganic. Some of them are semi-hydro, but this one's my Wainei Leopard Tsinghua. Behind it is my Patinera Burana Beauty. And then we have my Dendrobium anasmum, which has started to bloom. It blooms once a year. This one's nice. The flowers are always wonky though, but they smell like raspberries, which is cool. Moving down here, this one is the Cattleya Mark Jones crossed with the Richard Mueller, the color lightened. You guys remember when it was orange? That one's still in bloom, looking good. All of these are in semi-hydro. Look at my other Pinguicula baby. So little, so much algae, so gross. But anyway, I have all these in semi-hydro, and I really don't love this setup because when I water, I no longer can tell how much water is in there. So I end up spilling water, and then I get little fungus nets there. So I think I'm going to be repotting all of those, so I will keep you posted. Further down here, we have some of my vandas. We've got the big ones in the back. That one's my Darwinara in the back, and then this one is my Renantanda. This one's the Neophoenicia that needed some help. It's looking better. It's got a root that's been going down, looking much, much better. And then we have some vandas. That one's hanging on for dear life, but the other vandas are doing okay. I think I'm going to get them out of the coconut husk that they're in, but the vandas need more humidity than I can give them, so they've been hard to grow. And I keep trying. There's another vanda back there, my Nobili, and then I have my additions from SVO that I'll repot this spring. Another Aussie den, these two over here. These two, I got that from SVO last year. And then we have my Trick or Treat that's about to start blooming. I'll show you this once it opens up, but that should be nice. I did get some spider mites on it though. You can see a little bit of the things on the leaves, so that was unfortunate. But so far so good. Let me take you to the next shelf. All right, so on the top shelf here we have basically all Cattleyas, and we have some stuff in bloom that you guys have already seen, but it's the same thing with the other shelf in that I hate that these containers get so much algae now. Like a year ago I transitioned them and they were fine, and then they got so much algae that when I pour water, sometimes I can't even see the water level. So when I water, it spills over, this gets all wet, sometimes it drips down to the floor. So I mean, I prefer these pots, these self-watering pots. They're a little less messy, but when I use these, I kind of want to get them out of this grow system. I mean, I'm thinking of moving some of these to organic. I don't mind self-watering semi-hydro for most, as they're generally okay, but this setup is a no-go for me, so I'm going to try to take my time to get it out of this and move them to self-watering or just straight up organic, depending on what kind of orchid. But most of them are doing really well. I do have to address a couple of things. Like this one is my, I want to say my Iwanagara apple blossom. It has some issues with the leaves. I need to resolve that. And then we have this orchid that I've had. It hasn't bloomed in 2 years. This one's my Patinera Spring Prominence. It bloomed once and stopped, and it looks like it has a nutrient deficiency. But the new growth is coming in just fine. It's just the old growths that look like that. I've been giving plenty of calcium and magnesium, so not sure what's up with that. These are some of my bigger orchids over here in self-watering pots. These are 7-inch self-watering pots. And we have a couple of buds coming in. Somewhere in the back, there's just so many. Let me see if I can show you. There was one with buds. Where is it? I think back here. You can kind of see it. That one is my Yuko Ito Volcano Queen. And yeah, these are all doing good. Another Pinguicula over here that I divided. And then let me show you. Don't make fun of me over this, but this is how badly I need to repot. Some of these are just like insane. I need to get on this. This is pretty bad. That's what happens when you have a huge collection. Sometimes they get out of control on you, then you have a big mess. Down here we have more Cattleyas. We have a Dendrobium. That one's in spike actually, this one over here. And then more Cattleyas. One of my Oncidiums is down here. I have a little more headroom over here, which is great for these. So these are good. And then if we move over, I've got my Phalaenopsis here. I do have to get some cakeys off of these, so I will do that soon. This one is my Sweet Memory. Isn't it beautiful? It's so fragrant. I love it. And then my Amboinensis is over here too. Let me show you. This is my Phalaenopsis amboinensis. Beautiful. Doesn't smell that great though, but I keep a lot of my phals here. And then we've got my Paphiopedilum there. This Paphiopedilum Pinocchio has been blooming like crazy. It just lost its bloom. You could kind of see it over here. It had a really pretty bloom, but it's been blooming nonstop since maybe last April, I want to say, last May. More phals. That one's the LD Bear's Queen. LD Bear's King, actually. This one over here is, which one was this? Summer Dance Queen crossed with Bellina. Let me pull that out. Mitsuo Bellina. Summer Dance Queen crossed with Mitsuo Bellina. I've got little cakeys here. While I was away in London, one of my cakeys died, so I will need to replace that. Oops. And then we've got a couple of other cakeys. These are doing well. My Schilleriana. And then my couple of others. My Norman's World, I think that is. And then this one is the, that was Sogo Vivian I was just showing you, though it's fading, unfortunately. So I need to cut that spike off and give it a little more water. Though it's outgrowing the pot, it's been leaning, so I'm going to repot that one. And then down here we have some Oncidiums. That one is in need of a desperate repot. It hasn't been repotted in 5 years. It's like, it's a sherry baby. We've got another Oncidium, another Dendrobium. These need help, but for the most part, things are doing well, with the exceptions of the ones that I really have to repot very soon. Let me actually show you a couple of the others that I have on display, but here is an update for you guys to see how everything is doing, because you guys haven't seen the grow space in a while. So I keep more stuff in this windowsill over here. I have this Phalaenopsis, which has been blooming for a really long time. Isn't she beautiful? I love this. This stays in bloom for like 4 months. No joke. Every year I love it. It's a no ID, but it's so beautiful. And then I have the Potnera Hawaiian Charisma Hawaii right here. Just beautiful. Smells so good. I love this one. And then we have my Heaven Sent Sweet Baby, which is in spike right now. You can see the spike in the back there. It's got 2 spikes actually. Another spike right here. We've got another Hoya Carnosa here. And this one has bloomed, but it hasn't bloomed in a few months. And then we have my Brassivola Little Stars right here. 1 flower left. Let me take you to the living room to see the last bit of flowers. So this is going to be a little hard to see because the sun comes in this angle a lot, but I have my Hoya Crimson Princess over here. It lives right here by my windowsill. This is an east-facing window. This is my Begonia Arabian sunset or sunrise. It's beautiful. Another pothos that I got from my friend over here. And then we've got a couple more pothos and a Hoya pubic calyx. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see anything in particular, want an update on a specific plant. And I think the next video I'm going to do is a Hoya update. As you can see right behind me, these are growing like crazy. So I'm going to do an update on my Hoya so you could see them. Zoe, my cat, found a piece of Leca and she's playing with it like a toy. Anyway, I'm going to do an update on these so you can see how they've grown in the past year. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye, everyone.